Claimed is an online free cycling platform where people can easily give away things that no longer has use to them anymore, but does to somebody else.
The MirrorMate is a smart mirror that helps you throughout the day, and it shows useful information besides your own reflection. For example, the weather, the date, your calendar, and the news.
Last week we launched our public beta of Claimed. We tested with a lot of users here at the studio, but also a lot of users from the Facebook groups. We already posted some items on the Facebook groups, and they were like interested in the Facebook group. We had some problems with the Facebook, so a few technical issues, so we couldn't share the items on the Facebook groups, but now we can. So that's a very good thing to promote. Already a few people that we don't know posted things on the platform, which is really cool to see.
So this is not a final version, there's actually never a final version. We launched a beta today just to test it live with our users, but the beta is going to be adapted to what the user needs, and I think that's a progress that lasts forever. Look at Facebook, look at all the other applications that constantly change to adapt to the customer needs.
I'm currently working on the whole management portal, so we're creating a whole website where all the people can customize their mirror. For example, they can move stuff around on the mirror or add new widgets or delete them. You have to set your time zone. For the weather, you have to set your location. For calendar, you need to add your account. So now we're just adding each widget.
When the user sets up the mirror, at first they have to create a Wi-Fi hotspot, then they have to surf to a certain URL, and on that URL they can set up their local Wi-Fi settings, and if that's done they have set up their mirror for Wi-Fi.
Besides the mirror, we had to make a bachelor thesis. It's a document where we will explain every detail from the beginning till the end, what we did in our internship. For example, how did we make the backup, how did we find our resources to build the mirror and stuff like that.
When we started the studios, the intention was to have students from digital arts and entertainment, from new media communication technology, and from industrial product design. We wanted to focus on these kind of niches and get students from these areas who were making new companies, new ideas, new services. Since then, it's morphed a little bit, and we've opened it up to other students as well. We had marketing students, media students, and all sorts of different people passing by through these walls, and all sorts of different entrepreneurs. Many different students and startups have passed through the studios, interns, colleagues, myself, and all different kinds of entrepreneurs. What makes an entrepreneur? There are so many answers to that, but what I've seen in those who have seemed more successful or to be more entrepreneurial is a sort of confidence, a motivation, a talent to sort of not be shy and just be able to talk to people, to be able to formulate an idea in a simple way, to be persuasive. And these are characteristics that you can use in everyday life as well, and not just to start up a company or a product or a service. If I think about myself, I think of myself really as quite entrepreneurial. I've never started a business in my life, but I try to get what I want. I go after things out of a motivation and a spirit to succeed. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I think it's nice when you're lucky and you see that spark in a student, because sometimes you can just see this person's going to make it, and maybe they're not going to have a company of their own right away, but one day they will, and we'll hear about them, and that's really exciting. As an example of entrepreneurship that doesn't necessarily lead to a company, and of someone who's passed through the studio's walls many times, I think of Marta Scocco. She was an Italian exchange student who studied communication here for a semester.
It was really something special for me working in the studios, because I arrived here like a journalist student, in newspapers, so in the written journalism.
She came to me in not such great English, and she said, I'm interested in video, and I asked her, well, do you have video experience? No. How's your English? What's your motivation? I just want to do this. I see myself doing this. I want to learn something new. It excites me. And I just saw in her eyes and knew from this, I don't know, she was so motivated and persuasive that I thought, okay, we'll teach her how to do video and she'll go on and do video.
And then I never stopped to use the camera and the video. So for me, it was a big change. And I think it was also something that happened because I started here in this place. That is a very creative space, an open space, a co-working space where different kind of people can work together.
She also, when she was here, it's funny, you don't always notice what people are up to, but I thought she was just learning video. But it turns out she was kind of learning project management too. She was so alert and observant and absorbent. She was just taking everything in, and she went back to Italy after her internship, and she started a sort of spin-off related project to SeaMedia called CMC, and she trained people, young people, in video. I mean, it's just a great story for me about entrepreneurial spirit and success.
I don't know, if I had an internship maybe in a university or in a more, structure contest, it could be different, totally different. So yeah, this makes the difference for me. I think about an entrepreneur. I think to a young man that decide to be an entrepreneur because he wanna work without other people up on him that decide for him. So he wanna be free. He wanna decide and take a risk for his work by his own. I don't see myself like an entrepreneur, but for example, I made a documentary, so I think that when you need to build up a complex project like a documentary, like other kind of project, you need a few skills like that other entrepreneur has. For example, you need to plan, you need to be in time, you need to be brave sometimes.
Trentasei, 67, 26.
Eccola, Anna, di cinefatta. Di 89.
She's going to make it in some way or another. Maybe not a startup company, but she might just change other people's lives and turn them into entrepreneurs. I don't know. Another example of a French intern who was also a student in our tourism digital semester, and she came to us as well with a high spirit and a deep motivation. She didn't know much about video, but she had some lessons, and they excited her, and you could see that she just wanted to go for it and go further, and she was persuasive.
I think I always have been creative in a way. And willing to create projects, to create things by myself, having some responsibilities. Before I arrived here at the studios, I never really saw myself as an entrepreneur, because the French cliché of an entrepreneur is someone who is 40, 50, a man who has big background in business and knows a lot of things, has a big network. But here I had the chance to meet different young startups, company owners and mentors, coaches, and I really realized that you can start up a company, and I could do it. You just need to have the drive, be passionate about what you're doing, trust, and calculate the risk that you're taking. But you need to take risks and do it, not waiting for.
And she just has her eyes wide open, and to me, that's entrepreneurship.